Hello pals, how we all doing? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Danny, I'm the midweek simmer, and I do mainly Sims 4 content on my channel. I had hoped to upload episode 1 of Not So Berry today, but I ran into some audio issues whilst recording, so I'm waiting on my new microphone arriving today, and I'm gonna re-record it for Monday's upload. So instead, in today's video, we're building a tiny trailer home using the trailer base from base game. In the debug menu, I cut out the part where I search endlessly for it and we're just jumping straight into when I start building the walls and stuff. Now, to get the room to fit onto the frame, I had to first make the room and then I add a second floor to it. And then I delete the first floor, or like the ground floor, and then you move the second floor over the frame, and using that little arrow in the middle that you would normally use for foundations, drag it down to just above the frame. I had to move the frame over in this actually because it was sticking out a bit, but then you just add these those things that go around the side of the house. I can't remember the name of it, but I just put that at the bottom just to kind of like disguise the fact that it's literally just a floating box. So this is classed as a tiny home. I believe it's around 54 tiles. So a tier 2 tiny home. You'll still get a bunch of perks while living here. It is fully functional and it can sleep up to 4 Sims. I put a toddler bed in one of the rooms, as you'll see. So this can easily fit a family, and there's a shower tub combo, so you can bathe your toddlers, or if you've got pets, like if you've got a dog, you can bathe them as well. I'm just doing the outside right now. I did try and put a skylight in, but it just wasn't working, so I actually cut that footage out. And now we transition into putting the doors and windows and stuff in. I do try and only use base game and tiny living, I think, in this. I love the outside of it. I love this yellow siding. I don't use it very often. In some houses, it just looks too much, but on this little trailer home, it looked so cute. So I just had to use it. These windows actually go really well on builds like this. They're another thing I don't use too often because I don't make a lot of modern builds and they're quite modern windows. Just doing the floor plan just now. I go kind of back and forth. I'm not sure where I want the bathroom to be, where I want the bedrooms to be, but I love the floor plan that I end up with. I think it's so functional and I actually fit in so much more than I thought I would. Originally, when I came to build it, I wasn't going to have essentially 3 rooms for your Sims to sleep in. I was just going to have it sleep one Sim. But I managed to get it to sleep 4, so I'm quite happy with that. I love how the kitchen turned out. It's so cute, and I challenged myself, like I said, to only use base game and tiny living. So I end up using the kind of more modern type counters, these ones here, and I think I use the pink swatch. Yeah, the plain pink one. I think there is a pink and white one, like the counters have like a white kind of trim almost. I could be making that up. I'm sure there is one. But I went for the solid pink instead. I don't use the cheapest of appliances. I think these are just like the normal kind of base ones. But yeah, I really love how it turned out. It looks so cute. I put a little window above the stove as well. Again, I've had my sim test this and this is all functional. Obviously, if someone's cooking at the stove, someone can't get into the fridge. But separately, like if no one's at the fridge, then you can use the stove. If no one's at the stove, you can use the fridge. And I wanted the front door to be quite inviting as well, even though it leads straight into the kitchen. So I put this little coat rack, which I use in literally every single build. I thought I kept that window there. I didn't realise I moved it. I think I just put a bunch of plant pots out here because I want the Sim that lives here to be a Sim with a green thumb, you know? I'm just living vicariously through all of my builds and my Sims right now. Everyone's obsessed with plants because I am. If you didn't know, I have a blog. It's like a lifestyle blog and it's called The Midweek Catch-Up. And I speak about all my plants and stuff over there and all my obsessions. If you're into plants and you want to check it out, then head on over there. I'll link my site in the description, I guess. I love the bathroom as well. It's actually quite cute. Quite simple, but cute. Like I said in my previous build, all my bathrooms just look the same, really, just different colours. We're onto the living room now, and I wasn't sure what colour scheme to go with in here. I think I just go for a kind of beige colour. And then I use the Murphy bed. And now I very rarely use the Murphy bed due to the risk of death, but they're quite useful for small spaces like this, especially if you want to fit like more bedrooms in and still have somewhere for other Sims to sleep. I go back and forth trying to find curtains or blinds that look good here. That's something I really want more of in the game. I feel like we don't have a big selection when it comes to curtains, and I often reuse the same ones over and over again. I think in this build I go for these base game ones. They're quite long, but they look really good. I hate that I've put the TV in front of the window, but I couldn't put a window on the other side because the Murphy bed just covers it up, and I'd rather have the TV cover the window than the Murphy bed. I changed the colours in here as well. Right now it's very like white and classic. I think I was trying to tie it in with the pink, but I go for more kind of green tones and a darker wood. I think I was actually inspired by that little console table because the bottom of it's green. Yeah, see, slightly darker, more natural wood tone, and then I tie in the green rug and the green couch on the Murphy bed. And of course there's plants, because it's not a midweek simmer build without plants, you know? I even go for plant-based paintings. They're not the green ones, you know, the white and green ones that I used in my Not So Berry build. But they're still cute. They're like little pastel coloured flowers. They remind me of tulips. I don't think they are tulips, but they do remind me of tulips. I then split this back section into 2 rooms. Originally it was just going to be one big room, and I think I was going to do it for a teen, but I split it into 2 because it makes 2 decent sized rooms. Like, you can fit a bed in there, you can fit a dresser. It's pretty decent. I think I start with the teen girls room. I envisioned a single mum living here. She's really into gardening, and she lives here with her 2 kids. One's a teen, probably going to move away for college or university soon. And then she's got a toddler, a boy. Or a girl. But I envisioned a boy. Obviously, you guys can change it up and have whoever you want living here. It's entirely up to you. Stumbled on my words there. Entirely just didn't want to come out my mouth. Again, I was going to put more plants in here. I think I actually put books on there, possibly, or some kind of clutter. I had a school bag because obviously teens still in high school. I don't think I clutter up the walls too much. If you watched my Stone Street renovation build, that poster I almost put on the wall there with the books, I hunted high and low for that and could not find it. It was there the entire time. Oh, I give him a guitar. So this is a musical teenager. Can you tell I wasn't really focused on the teen because I can't remember much about this. I love the toddler room though. When we get onto that, oh my goodness, I spent so much time, I knew exactly what I wanted, and I'm so pleased with how it turned out. Oh yeah, I put this little tray with the candles and stuff because I envision if they're going to go off to uni, they're a slightly older teen. And me, when I was going off to uni, I was obsessed with like candles and wax melts and stuff. Still am. I'm obsessed with like Yankee candles, any candles. I go into TK Maxx and look at the candle section every time. We're onto the toddler's room now. As I said, I adore how it turns out. I put a little dollhouse out in the living room. Again, still functional, you can get past. Because I shrunk it down, and if you shrink down the dollhouse, your toddlers and stuff will still use it. The animation will just be like a little bit glitchy because, you know, it's supposed to be bigger, but it still works. They still play with it. It's fine. I go for a kind of car theme in here, which is why I envisioned a boy, and I know that's stereotyping, but I think it's just because my boyfriend's really into cars. So whenever I think of cars, I just think of him. So yeah, maybe one day this kid will grow up and be like a mechanical engineer or something. Who knows? I love this bed, the little race car bed. It's so cute. I put potty. There's a high chair as well. It's in a weird position, but it works. If you're someone that actually uses that to feed your toddler and doesn't just stick a plate of food in front of them and hope they eat it. I put some wall decals as well. I love this one. It's so cute. And I use the bunny one as well. Look at them. They're adorable. So cute. I don't think I clutter it up too much. I think I just add the little shoes. Again, so cute. And then I put a rug in. This one doesn't really work because of the car theme. I put a red one in. I wish I'd put a blue one now, but the red's still cute. I can't remember which wallpaper I went with. Just a kind of light blue. That's cute. I think I move on to the landscaping now because all of inside is done. Yes, here we go. Now on my favourite part. I use debug landscaping to try and reduce the cost of the build because I still want it to kind of be a starter home. I can't remember how much it ended up as. I think it's like 24,000 or something. So you maybe would have to make a family in Cass and move them in to be able to afford this. I'm not too sure. I'll double check the price and I'll have it all listed below in the description. But yeah, I use debug mode for my landscaping. If you don't know what debug or by debug mode is, it's a hidden catalogue. So you can unlock it with cheats and it shows you objects that are normally hidden, like collectibles and certain landscaping items. There is also another layer to by debug that is the live edit objects that came with an update in 2019, and that allows you to access like certain buildings and like rock formations and stuff like that and add a bit more flair to your builds. So if you want that cheat as well, it's just bb.liveeditobjects. But if you do want to use both, then you type in testing cheats on or testing cheats true and then bb.showhiddenobjects, and then if you want the next layer where it shows live edit objects, then you just type in bb.showliveeditobjects. So yeah, hopefully that helps with like making starter homes and having landscaping and stuff still, and you guys can come up with like really creative ideas using by debug mode. I was gonna put tons of ivy on this build, but I decide not to because it doesn't fit. But I do put long grass underneath the trailer because obviously if they've been here a while, there's not a lot of sun getting underneath the trailer. And for some reason, when grass is in shade, it grows so much. I don't understand it. I wanted the outside to feel really inviting and homely, but also lived in. I imagine, like I said, that the sim that lives here is quite into gardening, so they probably added some like landscaping, they added some plants, they made it look really homely. They wanted it to look nice. So I made a point of really focusing on making the landscaping look luscious and like someone was taking care of it. I'm just putting dirt underneath it all now because again, there would be dirt. I wanted there to be a path leading up to the stairs. So I use the terrain tools and I add a little path, and I wanted it to be lined with loads of plants. So I use these little shrubs, these little bushes for the kind of like bend in the path, like the little bendy bits, the little corners. And then I add in some bushes, these red bushes here actually. They're actually from Newcrest, I think. Yeah, if you look at the right hand side, you'll see there's some actually in the world on the street, those red bushes. And then I use some low-lying plants, I think that have little blue flowers on them. I wasn't really too bothered about the colours all clashing, like red and blue with the yellow and like the kind of turquoise pickup truck and the purple lavender. I wasn't really bothered about it. I imagine they just love plants so much that they don't care about it being cohesive. And yeah, it looks like it would be my worst nightmare because I'm a hay fever sufferer, but I would love it at the same time. I don't know, it looks like somewhere you would want to be. Yeah, I really love it. It's just so inviting. I do end up putting a little patio area. I add in dirt underneath all the plants first, and then where that big patch of blue flowers is next to the stairs, I move them out of the way and I add a little patio area. Yeah, here we go. And I put a little table and a little grill out here, and of course more planters because plants. Speaking of plants, I'm actually thinking of starting a legacy challenge. I made a sim, Eden, and I'm in love with her. She's perfect. You can see her over on my Instagram at themidweeksimmer. And I mean it, she's gorgeous. She's by far one of the best sims I think I've ever created. I love her. I didn't think I would ever be a simp for a sim, but oh my days, I am. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing a legacy with her. She's going to be my legacy founder, and I have a whole backstory for her and everything, but I want her to go into the gardener career and be like a florist. So yeah, let me know if you like the sound of that and you'd want to see that. I'm going to do it anyway because I love the idea and I really want to. But yeah, let me know what you think of that. Anyway, enough about how much I adore Eden. Back to the build. Like I said, tons of planters, put a little table and grill. Obviously there's not a lot of space for entertaining guests, but I wanted somewhere for them to sit and eat outside together when it's nice. And that's it. That's the end of the build. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. And if you want to download it, then it is up on my gallery. Up on the gallery. My ID is themidweeksimmer. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Comment what you liked the most and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next one, which will hopefully be episode 1 of my Not So Berry. See you next time. Bye, guys.